I think we use comedy too much. I mean, if someone dies horrifically, some guy sure goes, "Oh, that's the exact opposite of oh, he died peacefully in his sleep." Never hear anyone say, Can you imagine what that guy's family's going through right now? Can you imagine that guy's kids? Well, I mean, you don't really imagine that guy's kids because you don't want to. Someone right now is, I'll just be polite. I won't say it, but we all know what it might be. I mean, do we make light of that? I mean, we kind of do it in some comedy. But do you really need to make light of that? Do you really gotta make yourself a punchline or whatever? Mm. People say nothing's sacred, anymore or whatever. Well, why can't we keep it sacred? Mm. Is it really necessary for you to twist something? it's always particularly God. Mm. I, I always think it's kind of like this. Everyone who doesn't know God, like so, like someone who's in lukewarm faith or not a Christian at all, they all kind of have their own caricatures of God. Mm. Back on main topic. People make light of too many things. Here we have this thing. Here we have that thing. That those are sensitive subjects. How about we just do some dark humor and call it a day. I'm not really I'm not really laughing. It's not really that funny. I remember having this conversation with an atheist. Mm. Yeah, sir. Okay, if you don't believe that God created the universe, or anyone for that matter, then how do you believe the universe began? And she told me that she didn't really care. And now I see like most atheists kind of just are kind of like just I don't know. I know I'm just alive and I'm doing stuff of my life. And some people are gonna go further and say, who cares? Just party. Okay, well, what what if I don't want to party? I mean, what if I actually want to answer? I can't just look around. You know, I'm thirsty. There's water. I'm hungry. There is food. I ask how this works. We discover how something works. But so why can't I? So if I see something's created, why can't I say that there is a creator? Mm. More correctly, what if I do care? I can't just what if I want to answer? What if I just don't want to shrug and just say, oh well. I remember during winter, I heard all these people, all these guys share, and some woman. They were all dying. I heard that. I just nonstop. I just heard people were dying. People like teenagers my age or children. God rest their souls. Mm. And I'm supposed to move on. I mean, what? You're expecting me to make a joke about it? What's there to joke about? Somebody's baby died. In philosophy, basically philosophy is just thinking. I don't know. I have to have the a whole word for thinking. I don't know. It's just ideas and such. Mm. But basically, mm. How go from metaphysics, Aristotle, Plato, Socrates, so on and so forth, to Nietzsche and such. I mean, how do we go from being influenced from God, you know, coming with all these brilliant ideas because of Him and such, then turning our backs and saying, no, this was wrong, or no, that guy, wasn't a Christian, he was actually, this or that. The entire idea that saying, God doesn't let you ask questions is stupid, because that's free will. Okay, okay. Let's say someone who's born and raised atheist, and they start questioning atheism. You know, Same for someone who might believe in God. Hmm. Our thing is, we have free will. Atheism is a very bleak thing. It's basically just you exist, or is no true meaning or anything like that, and you're just gonna die one day. So yeah. Well, I mean that would be realistic atheism. That would be pure atheism, otherwise known as nihilism, hmm, which logically should result in this, but human nature, or whatever it may be, you may use as an excuse. I mean, absurdism I already touched on. It's just, I mean, oh well, you know, This happens, that happens. Might as well just a party. That's stupid. That's not exactly the answer anyone wants because it's not really a fitting answer. It doesn't really give you an answer because it denies an answer. It doesn't give you an answer. Okay, we're getting off topic. Basically, it's more or less just a crutch rather than something we could come to. It's basically just don't think too hard about it, okay? But just don't think. Basically, being anti-intellectual in a sense, if you will. Existentialism is also pretty weird. It's just make your own meaning. What do you mean make my own meaning? I mean, I have my meaning for a little while, but it won't last. And what if I find my meaning being that I want to be a serial killer or whatever. I don't know. Comedy, mm, comedy isn't really used well anymore. As I said before, it's just more or less it's just used as Novocaine. You're not exactly allowed to mourn. This the. I mean, nobody wants to feel bad. Nobody wants to suffer. Mm. Everyone would like to make suicide jokes or stupid things. But we're basically it just softens it for people, but it doesn't really soften anything realistically. It just makes you numb to it. That's why I don't really like comedy. It's mostly used to soften, criticize, mock, mock or just not be good. I think here in America we kind of have a so real good, sure. I think we have a real problem. Constantly and almost constantly, you could watch Brad Williams or George Carlin or whoever you like. Not all comedians, but most ones that are most mainstream ones. You always hear some variation of mockery towards God. You always hear or just mockery towards religion in general, but it's always almost always specifically Christianity that gets the real hard and stuff. I mean, when was the last time you saw a comedy special or anything like that, and then you saw a guy making fun of Muhammad?